Push-up is a lot more than just a tricep and a chest exercise like some people think. And if you apply the proper technique, which I'm going to show you in this video, then it's going to help you strengthen your wrists, your arms, your shoulders, including your shoulder joints, your chest, so basically your entire upper body, and as well as your core. Because you'll see the way we'll be doing it, we're going to be implementing the hollow body position, which is going to be strengthening your core the entire time. A push-up is a lot more than just strengthening your upper body. It's strengthening your upper body, it's building your core strength, and it's helping with your overall body control and stabilization, which is going to help you if you're trying to progress in bodyweight training by doing more advanced exercises, handstands, and beyond. Push-ups are such a fundamental bodyweight exercise, it's important to get the most out of them. And whether you can't do a single push-up just yet, if you can only do push-ups on your knees, or you have to have your hands on an elevated surface, this first step is still going to apply to you. We're gonna learn the starting position of a full push-up. And what we're going to be in is the hollow body plank position. If you remember, it looks like this. A hollow body position is when you combine protracted shoulders. It's when your shoulder blades are going away from each other, away from the spine. You reach your arms out, you keep on extending, and your upper back kind of creates that round upper back. That's shoulder protraction. The opposite is shoulder retraction, where you pinch your shoulder blades together towards the spine. And that's at the bottom of the push-up. And the second part of the hollow body hold is posterior pelvic tilt. So an anterior pelvic tilt is where your butt's sticking out and your pelvis is leaning forward. The opposite, if you tuck your butt in, squeeze your butt cheeks really tight, squeeze your abs tight, that's a posterior pelvic tilt. So a flat lower back. Anterior pelvic tilt, posterior pelvic tilt, plus protracted shoulders. And that's going to help us make this hollow body position. So come up, don't be relaxed up here, push out, push that protraction out. Don't let your butt just be relaxed right here. Don't arch your lower back. Tuck it in, squeeze those glutes really tight, squeeze your abs tight, and keep pushing out. You may have noticed that my toes are pointed, that I actually have my feet flat on the floor like this. I just do that because normally my toes are pointed, like when I'm in a handstand, I'm doing handstand push-ups, or even with pull-ups. A lot of exercises, when you're doing that hollow body hold, your feet are pointed, so I'm kind of just making it a habit. But you don't have to do that. If you feel more comfortable with your toes actually on the floor like this, as opposed to this, then that's perfectly fine. Both ways are fine, whichever feels more comfortable for you. Just keep in mind the main points is that we're holding shoulder protraction, and we're keeping our glutes really tight, our abs are really tight, and we have that flat lower back, that posterior pelvic tilt. And that's going to be the starting position of our push-up, which is a plank hold. And you can practice holding that plank hold if you want to increase your shoulder protraction strength and your core strength. This is going to help you. When we start coming down, and pay attention even if you can't do a single push-up just yet, a single normal push-up, you're going to take all of this and we're going to apply it to the beginner variation, which is going to be on your knees or with your hands on a higher surface. So when we start coming down, we're starting in that full shoulder protraction, and we start coming down, we're going to start retracting our shoulder blades, which is bringing them together, pinching them together. And you're going to go pretty much as far as you can. You're going to increase your range of motion over time when your strength increases, and if you're stretching, you should be stretching as well. You're doing flexibility exercises like stretching your shoulders and things like that. So for me, I like to go down until my chest touches the floor. Full retraction, I pinch that retraction, try to pinch my shoulder blades together, and I push all the way back up. And it's important that we push all the way back out into a full shoulder protraction. And as for the posterior pelvic tilt, we're keeping that engaged the entire time, the entire movement. That's never changing. As we go down, we're not going into an anterior pelvic tilt. Our posterior pelvic tilt remains the same, keeping our abs clenched, keeping our butt cheeks squeezed tight, and we're just holding that posterior pelvic tilt the entire exercise. So don't go like this. Keep that posterior pelvic tilt. And that's what a proper push-up should look like. You're going down nice and controlled. You're not just letting gravity, you're not just falling with gravity. You're going down nice and controlled, going through that full range of motion, full shoulder retraction, as far as you can go at first anyways. If you can only go down to like right here, at first, then that's okay. Like I said, your range of motion is going to increase over time as you get stronger and as you're continue stretching. And if you're on your knees with it, implement the same things. Starting off in the same position, you can still hold that posterior pelvic tilt on your knees. So not like this, but see? Don't forget to push out right here. As soon as you think you come up from that push-up, push it out more. Don't forget to protract. This is going to incorporate more of that joint integrity. So you're going to be strengthening your shoulders a lot more this way and building superior body control just overall. As you can see, I'm not just carelessly banging out reps either. I'm focused on quality over quantity, always. So you may have normally seen push-ups just like and that may serve its purpose from time to time, I guess, maybe if you're working on endurance, but doing your push-up nice and controlled and focusing really on going back into a hollow body, coming down nice and controlled, is going to help you more with your progressive bodyweight training and your skills. So keep that in mind. You can also make it even easier than on your knees by putting your hands on a higher surface. As always, make sure you're holding that posterior pelvic tilt. Your back's not arched, but it's in. Starting off protracted. Keep in mind when you're doing your push-ups, don't let your elbows flare out to the side. I see a lot of pictures, especially with girls. They'll be doing a push-up like this. That's just due to a lack of strength in your arms. They're trying to compensate. So try to keep your elbows as tight and close to your sides as possible, like right here. They're gonna flare out very, very slightly, but that's okay. And if you're still having trouble, if they're still flaring out, slightly, very slightly rotate your arms externally, outwards like this, to help keep your elbows inward. And that's how I do my normal push-up. And when you can do about in between 10 to 15 of those fairly clean, especially if you can do 20 of those clean, then you'll be ready to progress to harder push-up variations to switch things up a bit. And I'll put a link in the description right now for a video to my 8 favorite push-up variations. Check it out.